November 2025 proves that gay male comedy transcends stereotypical gay humor into universal storytelling. Comedians headlining tours, launching specials, and dominating stages worldwide, demonstrating that authentic voices create compelling comedy when industry stops limiting our performers to self-deprecating coming-out jokes or flamboyant caricatures that straight audiences feel comfortable consuming without examining their own biases. These aren't token diversity bookings. These are headliners selling out theaters, streaming platforms, investing millions in their specials, and comedy festivals recognizing that our perspectives enhance rather than limit comedic range when honesty about navigating world as gay men creates relatable material that all audiences connect with beyond identity politics into genuine human observation. From Joel Kim Booster's November touring proving Asian American gay comedy sells globally, to Bowen Yang's SNL dominance continuing through fall season, to Matt Rogers bringing Las Culturistas live to November stages, to Guy Branum's intellectual comedy challenging audiences, to Matteo Lane's European November tour dates, these performers prove comedy careers don't require hiding who you are when talent transcends the discrimination that tried silencing authentic voices. Number 3 performs SNL every Saturday, reaching millions. Number 1 sold out Carnegie Hall, proving gay Asian American comedy commands premium venues. Which comedian's November work matters most? Subscribe because these performers prove that authentic voices create best comedy, and that our community's humor resonates universally when industry stops forcing sanitization for straight audience comfort. Matteo Lane, European November tour dates. Matteo Lane performs European tour November 2nd to 3rd, 2025. Italian-speaking comedian whose international appeal proves that gay male comedy translates across cultures when humor transcends language barriers through universal observations about desire, relationships, and navigating life as openly gay person in societies still wrestling with acceptance. Despite legal progress suggesting cultural evolution that daily discrimination reveals, remains incomplete. November 2nd to 3rd dates: Glasgow King's Theatre, Scotland, following Stockholm and Helsinki shows late October. This European routing demonstrates international comedy market, proving that American comedians can tour abroad when talent and cultural resonance transcend national boundaries that more limited performers can't cross successfully. Here's what makes Matteo's comedy particularly significant for understanding gay male performer versatility. He's fluent in 5 languages, classically trained opera singer with 6-octave range, and studied oil painting in Italy, demonstrating that comedy careers can emerge from unexpected backgrounds when diverse skills and experiences inform perspectives that entertainment-only training might not provide through varied life experiences. The May 2025 Hulu special Al Dente provided platform preceding November tour. Streaming success enabled international booking, proving that digital visibility creates global opportunities when audiences worldwide access content, enabling foreign tour routing that pre-streaming era made impossible without established international reputation built through different means. But his opera training influences comedy pacing and delivery. Matteo's musical background creates rhythm in storytelling, demonstrating how performance arts skills transfer across disciplines when fundamental abilities involve timing, dynamics, and audience engagement that remain consistent whether singing arias or telling jokes about dating disasters. The Italian language fluency enables authentic cultural observations. Matteo's jokes about navigating Italian family as gay man provide specificity, proving that particular cultural experiences resonate universally when honest details create recognition rather than generic observations that could apply to anyone anywhere, becoming forgettable through lacking specificity grounding material. His hair plugs and heartache material addressing gay beauty standards challenged community's appearance obsession. Matteo's honesty about cosmetic procedures opened conversation, demonstrating how comedy can address communities' internal issues rather than only focusing on external discrimination, when actually our relationships and self-image issues matter equally despite receiving less attention. But here's where Matteo's November European tour becomes important for international gay visibility. His performing abroad demonstrates that American gay comedians can find audiences globally, proving that comedy transcends national contexts when universal human experiences of desire, family, and identity resonate across cultures, despite different legal and social contexts shaping how those experiences manifest locally. The November timing serves European comedy circuit scheduling. Fall touring enables building toward year-end when performers typically take breaks, demonstrating strategic career planning when sustainable success requires understanding industry rhythms and audience availability patterns that random scheduling might miss. The ticket prices matching American rates prove international market values comedy equally. European audiences pay premium for quality performers, demonstrating that comedy deserves compensation, reflecting skill and experience when profession often gets devalued through assumptions that telling jokes isn't real work, deserving serious compensation like other performance arts receive. Today, Matteo Lane's November 2025 European tour proves that gay American comedians can find international audiences, and that humor transcends cultural boundaries when universal observations about desire, relationships, and identity resonate globally, despite different contexts shaping how those experiences manifest in various societies. Drop a 5 if you think Matteo Lane's European tour proves gay male comedy translates internationally, and that universal observations about desire and identity resonate across cultures when authentic humor transcends national boundaries that limited performers can't successfully cross. Matt Rogers. Las Culturistas live November shows. Matt Rogers brings Las Culturistas podcast to live stages throughout November 2025. Comedy and pop culture show with Bowen Yang proving that gay male podcasters can translate digital success into sold-out theater tours when authentic conversations about culture, identity, and celebrity gossip resonate beyond niche audience into mainstream appeal transcending traditional comedy club format. November live shows span major cities, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, San Francisco, demonstrating that podcast-to-stage model works commercially when established digital audiences translate into ticket buyers. Matt and Bowen's chemistry, cultivated through years of recording, creates live experience that fans enthusiastically support through purchasing tickets at premium prices, matching traditional stand-up headliner rates. Here's what makes Matt's comedy career particularly significant for understanding alternative paths beyond traditional stand-up. His success doesn't depend on Netflix special or Comedy Central half hour. Instead, podcast platform provided launchpad enabling building career through direct audience relationships that traditional comedy industry gatekeepers can't control or deny when digital platforms democratize who gets building sustainable entertainment careers. The Las Culturistas format, discussing pop culture through gay male lens, creates space for conversations mainstream comedy often avoids. Their explicit discussions about desire, dating, and navigating world as gay men provide representation that sanitized mainstream content systematically excludes, proving that audiences want authentic rather than carefully curated performances that straight comfort demands, requiring filtering genuine perspectives. But his improv and sketch background, UCB trained, provides versatility beyond podcasting. Matt's live shows incorporate games, audience interaction, and improvised segments, demonstrating how comedy training enables adapting to different formats when performers possess skills beyond single discipline that one-dimensional specialization would limit. The friendship with Bowen Yang creates mutually beneficial career support. Their collaboration demonstrates how gay male friendships can be professionally productive, challenging narratives about our community being catty or competitive, when actual relationships involve genuine support that straight male comedy often lacks, despite claims about brotherhood that feels performative compared to authentic bonds. His writing for TV shows, including Search Party, demonstrates versatility beyond performing. Matt's behind-scenes work proves that comedy careers require multiple skills: writing, performing, producing, when sustainable success involves diversifying beyond single revenue stream that any individual platform might not reliably provide throughout an entire career. But here's where Matt's November touring becomes important for podcast monetization models. Live shows provide revenue beyond advertising and Patreon, demonstrating how digital content creators can build sustainable careers when multiple income sources combine, supporting full-time creative work that single platform alone rarely provides adequate financial security maintaining. The merchandise sales at live shows add additional revenue stream. Las Culturistas branded products demonstrate how fandoms support creators, proving that audiences willingly spend beyond ticket prices when emotional connection to performers makes them want tangible items representing their appreciation and community membership. The November timing capitalizes on holiday season when people seek entertainment experiences. Tours scheduled during months when people attend shows as social activities or gift experiences demonstrate strategic planning, proving that successful comedy careers require business acumen beyond simply being funny when timing and marketing determine financial success as much as talent. Today, Matt Rogers' November 2025 live touring proves that podcast success translates into sold-out theater shows, and that alternative paths beyond traditional stand-up enable building sustainable comedy careers when digital platforms democratize who gets opportunities that industry gatekeepers historically controlled through systematic exclusion. Drop a 3 if you think Matt Rogers' podcast-to-stage success proves alternative comedy paths work, and that gay male podcasters can build sustainable careers when digital platforms democratize opportunities that traditional industry gatekeepers historically denied our community systematically. Guy Branum, Intellectual Comedy November appearances. Guy Branum performs November 2025 dates across comedy festivals and theaters, intellectual comedian whose pop culture analysis meets personal storytelling, proving that gay male comedy can be smart and funny simultaneously when performers refuse dumbing down for audiences that appreciate wit, references, and cultural criticism rather than simply wanting easy laughs from familiar setups. His November appearances include college campuses and performing arts centers, demonstrating that intelligent comedy finds audiences beyond traditional comedy clubs when venues recognize that sophisticated humor deserves same prestige that other performance arts receive, rather than treating all comedy as lowbrow entertainment regardless of actual content complexity and intellectual engagement. Here's what makes Guy's comedy particularly significant for expanding what gay male humor can accomplish. His material addresses legal history, celebrity culture, politics, and literature, proving that our community's comedians can be polymaths rather than being limited to self-deprecating sexuality jokes that straight audiences feel comfortable consuming without examining their own assumptions about our community's intellectual capabilities. The Pop Rocket podcast demonstrates his cultural criticism expertise. Guy's analysis of entertainment, fashion, and politics provides platform for intellectual engagement, proving that comedy and criticism combine naturally when performers possess actual knowledge beyond surface observations that lazy comedy settles for when avoiding demanding audiences' attention through substantive content. But his legal background, Berkeley Law JD, informs comedy in ways entertainment-only training couldn't provide. Guy's understanding of how systems work enables jokes that educate while entertaining, demonstrating how diverse professional backgrounds enhance comedy when life experience beyond comedy clubs provides material and perspective that insular comedy world sometimes lacks. The Chelsea Lately Writers' Room experience provided mainstream platform visibility. His work on E! Network proved that gay male writers can succeed in celebrity culture programming, demonstrating that our perspectives enhance rather than limit content about entertainment industry when insider knowledge combines with outsider status, creating unique observational angle. His At Midnight appearances and game show hosting demonstrate versatility beyond stand-up. Guy's comfort with structured formats proves that comedians can adapt to different entertainment contexts, showing that skills transfer across platforms when fundamental abilities involve quick thinking and cultural knowledge rather than being limited to single performance style. But here's where Guy's November comedy work becomes important for defending intellectual comedy against anti-elitism. His success proves that audiences appreciate smart humor, challenging assumptions that comedy must be accessible to everyone, when actually different audiences want different things, and niche can be commercially viable when performers find their specific audience rather than trying appealing to everyone. The book, My Life as a Goddess, demonstrated writing ability beyond performance. Guy's memoir proved that comedians can produce serious literature, showing how comedy skills translate to other writing when observation, timing, and structure fundamentally involve same abilities whether deployed for laughs or reflection. The representation as fat gay man challenges beauty standards our community often enforces. Guy's unapologetic presence proves that diverse bodies deserve visibility, demonstrating that comedy can challenge both external discrimination and internal community prejudices when performers refuse conforming to narrow aesthetic expectations that exclude many. Today, Guy Branum's November 2025 comedy work proves that intellectual humor and gay male perspectives combine naturally, and that smart comedy finds audiences when performers refuse dumbing down for assumptions about what people want, rather than trusting that sophisticated content deserves same respect as other performance arts receive routinely. Drop a 4 if you think Guy Branum's intellectual comedy proves that gay male humor can be smart and funny, and that sophisticated content deserves respect when performers trust audiences appreciating wit, references, and cultural criticism rather than settling for easy laughs from familiar setups. Joel Kim Booster, November touring and Netflix presence. Joel Kim Booster dominates November 2025 touring circuit. Korean-American adoptee whose comedy exploring race, sexuality, and cultural displacement proves that gay Asian-American performers can headline major venues when authentic storytelling transcends identity categories into universal human observation that all audiences recognize regardless of their own backgrounds. His November tour spans major markets demonstrating commercial viability beyond coastal liberal bubbles. Joel's ability selling tickets in Middle America proves that comedy transcends geography when talent and authenticity overcome regional prejudices, demonstrating that audiences everywhere appreciate honest, funny people regardless of sexuality, when performers don't pander or apologize for who they are. Here's what makes Joel's comedy particularly significant for dismantling industry assumptions about marketability. Hollywood historically claimed gay Asian men couldn't lead romantic content because audiences supposedly wouldn't find them desirable, yet Joel's Fire Island success and sold-out stand-up shows prove that authentic representation of gay Asian masculinity resonates commercially when given proper platform and marketing support. The November performances build on his massive year: Fire Island, Hulu success, Netflix specials generating millions of views, and consistent touring proving sustainable career. This momentum demonstrates that coming out before career establishment works when talent transcends the strategic closeting that previous generations believed necessary, protecting opportunities from discrimination. But his comedy addressing adoptee experience adds layer beyond typical gay comedian material. Joel's jokes about white evangelical parents raising Korean son explore how adoption involves cultural erasure, demonstrating how comedy can educate while entertaining when performers use platforms addressing complex issues that mainstream conversation systematically avoids through treating adoption as purely beautiful rather than acknowledging trauma and identity complications. The Fire Island cultural impact extended beyond single film into broader Asian American gay visibility. His modern Austin adaptation centered gay Asian men demonstrated that our stories deserve classic literary treatment, proving that queer perspectives enhance all genres when authentic voices bring fresh interpretations to familiar narratives that heteronormative adaptations never considered possible. His social media presence builds direct audience relationships, bypassing traditional gatekeepers. Joel's Twitter and Instagram following creates promotional advantage that network executives can't ignore, demonstrating how digital platforms enable performers building careers independent of industry approval when direct fan connections prove commercial viability that executives historically denied existed. But here's where Joel's November touring becomes important for understanding comedy industry evolution. Stand-up remains one of few entertainment sectors where performers can build sustainable careers through direct ticket sales, bypassing Hollywood gatekeepers who historically excluded gay Asian performers through claiming audiences wouldn't accept them when actual prejudice existed within executive suites rather than among paying audiences. The Netflix relationship provides consistent visibility platform. Multiple specials demonstrate streaming commitment beyond single project, proving that platforms recognize his commercial value when algorithms show that audiences watch and enjoy his content regardless of executives' assumptions about limited appeal. His writing for other comedians and TV shows demonstrates versatility beyond performing. Joel's behind-scenes work proves that comedy careers involve multiple revenue streams: performing, writing, producing. When sustainable success requires diversification beyond single income source that touring alone can't reliably provide. Today, Joel Kim Booster's November 2025 touring dominance proves that gay Asian American comedians can headline major venues, and that authentic storytelling about race, sexuality, and cultural displacement resonates universally when talent transcends the discrimination that tried limiting opportunities through false assumptions about marketability and audience acceptance. Drop a 1 if you think Joel Kim Booster's touring success proves gay Asian American comedians deserve headlining opportunities, and that authentic storytelling resonates universally when industry stops limiting performers based on false assumptions about audience acceptance. Bowen Yang. SNL November episodes. Dominating Bowen Yang continues SNL dominance through November 2025 episodes. Chinese-American comedian whose every Saturday visibility reaches millions, proving that openly gay cast members can thrive on mainstream comedy institution when talent transcends the discrimination that historically excluded our community from sketch comedy's most prestigious platform. November SNL episodes, 4 Saturday shows reaching 6+ million viewers each, demonstrate sustained visibility that previous generations never accessed. Bowen's consistent screen time across political cold opens, weekend update features, and showcase sketches proves that gay performers enhance rather than limit comedic range when writers recognize that our perspectives create fresh material beyond stereotypical gay character caricatures. Here's what makes Bowen's SNL success particularly significant for mainstream comedy representation. He's first Asian American gay man hired as featured player, then promoted to repertory, demonstrating that intersectional identity enhances sketch comedy when performers bring perspectives that predominantly straight white cast historically couldn't provide, despite claiming universal comedic sensibility. The November political sketches capitalize on election season saturation. Bowen's impressions and original characters commenting on political chaos demonstrate how comedy serves cultural processing, helping audiences navigate stressful news cycles through laughter that creates psychological relief when endless political coverage becomes overwhelming without comedic interruption. But his podcast, Las Culturistas with Matt Rogers, continues during SNL season, demonstrating how comedians maintain multiple platforms building diverse revenue streams. The show's discussion of pop culture, politics, and queer life provides different venue than SNL's broader appeal, proving that performers can serve different audiences simultaneously when content adapts for specific contexts. The Emmy nomination his work received validates gay Asian American comedy at industry's highest level. Awards recognition proves that Bowen's contributions enhance SNL rather than representing diversity checkbox, demonstrating that his talent justifies inclusion beyond simply expanding cast demographics when actual performance quality deserves recognition regardless of identity factors. His friendship with industry heavyweights provides career security beyond SNL. Bowen's relationships with comedy legends who guest host and collaborate demonstrate how networking creates opportunities, proving that social capital matters as much as talent when industry gatekeepers systematically exclude marginalized performers unless established insiders advocate for their inclusion. But here's where Bowen's November SNL work becomes important for understanding how mainstream platforms can successfully integrate gay performers. His success required writers creating material showcasing his abilities rather than limiting him to stereotypical gay characters, demonstrating that inclusion means expanding creative possibilities rather than simply casting diverse actors in pre-existing narrow roles. The political humor he brings challenges conservative audiences in their living rooms. SNL reaches Middle America. Bowen's openly gay presence forces viewers who might avoid explicitly queer content to encounter authentic representation when watching mainstream comedy show they've watched for decades, despite cast evolution, including people they might otherwise actively avoid. The Weekend Update features where he plays recurring characters demonstrate versatility beyond impressions. Bowen's original creations showcase writing ability, proving that performers can contribute beyond simply executing others' material when given creative freedom, developing characters that writers' room might not conceive without diverse perspectives informing sketch creation. Today, Bowen Yang's November 2025 SNL dominance proves that openly gay Asian American comedians can thrive on mainstream comedy's biggest platform, and that every Saturday visibility reaching millions demonstrates that audiences accept authentic performers when talent transcends the discrimination that historically excluded our community from sketch comedy's most prestigious institution. Drop a 2 if you think Bowen Yang's SNL success proves that openly gay cast members enhance mainstream comedy, and that consistent visibility reaching millions demonstrates audience acceptance when talent transcends historical discrimination, excluding our community from prestigious platforms. 5 November comedians. 5 different approaches proving that gay male comedy transcends stereotypes into universal storytelling. Performers headlining major venues, dominating mainstream platforms, and building sustainable careers when authenticity enhances rather than limits comedic range. Joel's touring proving gay Asian American comedy sells. Bowen's SNL dominance reaching millions weekly. Matt's podcast-to-stage translation demonstrating alternative paths. Guy's intellectual humor challenging audience expectations. Matteo's European tour proving international appeal. The beautiful truth. Our comedy resonates universally when performers refuse limiting themselves to gay jokes that straight audiences feel comfortable consuming. These comedians explore full human experience, family, politics, culture, relationships, through perspectives that heteronormative comedy systematically excluded when claiming universal sensibility while actually reflecting narrow, privileged experience. Which November comedian matters most for proving our community's humor transcends identity politics? These aren't diversity bookings. They're talented performers commanding stages worldwide through authentic voices creating compelling comedy when industry finally stops forcing sanitization for straight audience comfort. Subscribe because November 2025 proves gay male comedy dominates, and that authentic storytelling creates best laughs when talent transcends the discrimination that tried silencing voices that audiences actually want hearing.